Verse 6. Now it came to pass in course of time that some Comporians, mortals, who belonged not to the societies of faithists of any of the tribes of Jehovah's chosen, became believers in the all-person, and that to live by the all-highest law, and that to live by the all-highest light was the fulfillment of the divine law. And they joined not the faithists, nor followed the rites and ceremonies. Verse 7. God propounded this in Diva. Where shall the spirits of such be delivered? Behold, even on the earth they have delivered themselves away from the drunks, which are people of darkness. Shall we not suffer them to fall into the kingdoms of mixed company in Hades? Verse 8. Upon this the Diva decreed, a separate kingdom shall be prepared for them that believe, who have lived isolate, and who know not the rites and ceremonies. This was the fourth section of divine law. The fifth was like unto it, but explanatory, which was, verse 9, to have faith in one great person, the ever-present Spirit, Creator and Ruler as well, but to have such faith and yet not commit oneself to an association of brethren of like faith, proves such lack of discipline as required beginning at the 5th grade in the Isaean world. Verse 10. The 6th section of divine laws provided the name for the kingdom of them that profess faith in the great Spirit Yehovah, but are without practice, shall be called Medi, and its place shall be in the first removal from the earth. So here the name for the place of the spirits of those who believe in the Creator but follow no rites and ceremonies and are without association is called Medi, the first removal from the earth, which is within the first heaven. So after death, this is the place prepared for those who believe in the Creator without practice of the rites and ceremonies. Now, Book of Wars of Yehovah, chapter 4, verse 1 through 19, it states, Yehovah spoke to God, saying, because thou hast founded Medi, thou shalt make Medi laws, and thou shalt send thy surveyors down to Hades and to the earth also, and they shall choose a heavenly place for thy new kingdom. And hither shalt thou go and create a plateau and a holy place and a capital, and provide a throne for it. Verse 2. And when thou hast completed thy work, thou shalt call to the throne a sub-God, who shall rule in thy place with wisdom and power and love in my name. Verse 3. But since many of my chosen forgot me, and so apostate themselves, thy sub-God shall also receive their spirits, and his kingdom shall be their kingdom till they are purged of their sins. Verse 4. God spoke in the council of Creoshava, relating what Yehovah had said to him, and the council then ratified the commandments of Yehovah. And there was selected one, a Ching-Li, and made sub-God of Medi, with the title ANUBI, signifying meditator and judge of grades. So here the angel, a Ching-Li, that was chosen to uphold this new heavenly kingdom designed for the spirits who believed without practice, was given the title ANUBI, signifying meditator and judge of the grades, because his duty was to judge the grades of angels within his heavenly kingdom, and when they have reached above the 5th grade, they can rise to the next higher kingdom, to the next higher heaven. But no one could pass without going through ANUBI. Verse 5. God said, ANUBI shall have a badge and a pair of scales. With my own hands will I invest him. And accordingly, the place, the kingdom, the person, and the badge of office were duly established by God under the commandment of Yehovah through his kingdom of Creoshava. And the term of office was made to correspond with God's and his Lord's. Verse 6. Thus was put upon the throne in the heavenly place Medi, ANUBI, who had been a Ching-Li, an angel of 1,000 years in the colleges of Yehovah, most wise and full of love and industrious withal. Verse 7. And Yehovah spoke to God, saying, from this time forth my colleges shall be in Creoshava. From this time forth my schools and primary shall be in the kingdoms of my lords. The Diva afterward made this another section of the divine law. Verse 8. So God and his lords removed all his colleges and places of great learning to Creoshava, but the schools and primary educations were left in the dominions of the lords, their heavenly places. Verse 9. Now during the dawn of Dan, 4 Etherian gods had sojourned on the earth, walking with 4 mortals, namely with Po of Japheth or China, Abram of Arabia, Brahma of India, and Iwata of North Gautama, which is North America. And the four gods preached through these four men, explaining Yehovah and his kingdoms. And the angels of Yehovah inspired many followers unto them. For 4 years these gods dwelt on earth, and then ascended into the upper regions. Verse 10, Yehovah spoke to God concerning the matter, saying, For 4 years I bestowed my light in person on the corporeal earth, and then I departed. For it is well that men and angels learn to be self-rising. For which reason I left 4 substitute lords of heaven on the earth, with my 4 peoples whom I delivered. And I commanded these my substitute to abide upon the earth for 40 years, in order to indulge my chosen in a surety in my creation founded in corpor. Verse 11, Provide thou unto them, for my substitutes are Etherians, and thou shalt have their places filled by atmospherians from the highest grades. Verse 12, The Diva then made a section of divine laws, providing for the 4 who stood highest in the grades in Kreoshava, to take the places to dwell with the faithers in the names of the Great Spirit. And the names given were to Japheth, or China, Tian, to Arabia, Yehovah, or at that time Yahweh, to India, or Mazd, to Gautama, or North America, Egoquim, according to the languages and to the capability of mortals to pronounce words. So here the Creator gives his name in the 4 countries according to the language of the people. Verse 13, The Diva then made another section of divine law, which was the title to be given to the 4 angels thus provided to bestow the voice of Yehovah on mortals. And the title was O Yara. This is O, the high heavens, and Y, going to, and Ra, the earth. So it's interpreted as the high heavens going to earth, like the term Anunnaki, those who from heaven came down. Verse 14, the 12th section of the divine law provided that each Oyera should have 10,000 attendants, angels from above the 80th grade, from the colleges of Kreoshava, and their attendants were to sojourn on earth with the faithers as inspiring spirits and protectors. Verse 15, the 13th section of the divine law made the terms of office for the Oyera, 11 years each, and the same for their attendants. Verse 16, the 14th section of divine law explained the duties of the Oyera and their attendants, which were that the Oyera should reside with the chief rabbi or high priest, and be his inspirer, being with him day and night, and by virtue of his presence make the chief rabbi know the voice of the All-Highest. And the attendants, first in rank, were to dwell in the same way with the ordinary rabbi, and for the same purpose. And the other attendants were to dwell with the multitude in like manner, and for the same purpose. And each Oyera was to have a heavenly place in the mortal temple, where he could meet his attendants and counsel in reference to the faithers and their affairs. So here is a perfect example of the duty of the lords amongst human affairs. And these angels actually manifest physically to these people, these priests. And that's one secret amongst the priesthood, that they commune face to face with the angels. Verse 17, the 15th section of the divine law made the Ora and his attendants the heavenly kingdom for the Eshars, the guardian angels of the lords who dwell with mortals. Verse 18, the 16th divine law provided for the Ora to increase the number of his attendants according to the increase of the number of faithers in each of the 4 divisions of the earth. Verse 19, such then were the chief of the divine laws made in heaven in the cycle of Sipin Amaj during the first 200 years, and all the kingdoms of Atmospheria were established and officered, and all the people in these heavens became organic as soon as passing the Isaean age, or the age of the new birth spirit. Nor was there any dissatisfaction amongst any of the gods or lords or other officers or any of the colleges or hospitals, and never since the foundation of the world had there been such prosperity in the resurrections of the inhabitants of heaven. So here it shows how the heavenly order was set up within the first 200 years of the 23rd arc cycle, and that all the angels was content with the new heavenly order, and prosperity reigned in the heavens and on the earth for the first 200 years. And on earth, this would have been the time of the Nakada people, or the Nakada culture in Kemet, and the Uraka period in Sumer. And with that, I'd like to say peace and blessings, and catch you on the next documentary called The Rites and Ceremonies of ANUBI. Shalom.